look at this. This is why you've been warming up all morning, isn't it, Dan? Great shot, great shot. The one in practice is even better. Guys, it's Rick Shiels and Dan Whittaker down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. Oh, great shot. And we're going to talk about how to hit a draw and not really needing to use your hands to do so.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a lot of players' conception is that to hit a draw, you've got to kind of wrap your club face around the ball, and that is not true. Yeah. I pull some data up from that, and you discussed that point, Dan.
So we get a lot of guys start talking about thinking that you've got to use your hands a lot in this kind of manner through impact in order to create a draw. Well, that is not the case.
No.
You know, I like it, and Rick and I have been talking about this for a while, is that a no hands draw. You know, because you can actually not feel like you're manipulating your hands whatsoever and still hit a draw.
Well, you don't need to. The fact is the contact time, ball on face, is so minute that actually any influence you have on face to ball doesn't make any difference to curvature. The ball knows how it was hit. It knows the path, it knows the angle of attack, it knows the face direction, it knows the strike. That's what's measuring it. It's not like other sports where there's a longer contact period between, let's say, racket and ball or bat and ball or whatever it may be. Club on ball is very minute. I mean, I don't even know what is the actual, it's milliseconds, isn't it?
It's 4/10,000ths of a second.
That's what I thought. So let's have a look at that data. That was very interesting how that actually hit a draw, believe it or not. So we see some data. We see a path that hit 7.8 degrees from the inside. We saw a face that was actually 0.2 degrees open, which shouldn't have hit a draw.
Yeah.
Or if it did, it would have hit a tiny, tiny one. But because that club isn't designed for you, it was very toe up, that actually made the loft turn back further to the left. Because Dan, if you know this, he hits straight golf shots. The only way we've managed to help him hit a draw is by getting a club that's not suited to him. But what we're looking at there is the fact that the face was almost level with path. The toe sat open, it turned, but that's not kind of what we're discussing. We're discussing the idea that manipulation of the face isn't always necessary.
No.
Shall I give it a go? I mean, let's be honest. This is a draw golf shot, Dan. Granted, you've hit a lovely golf shot, but this is my expertise. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you think are the important factors? Let me just get this screen back on. What are the things that absolutely require to hit a draw? Okay, we need a path that goes from in to out.
Yeah.
Face that sits left of path but open to target.
Yes.
How are players going to do that?
Okay, so first thing that most people fear when they're trying to hit a draw, if they've just started learning it, is that starting that club face to the right of the target line, so they're obviously looking at it thinking it's going to be open.
Yeah.
You know, but they've got to be able to do that because particularly on an iron, the ball is coming off at 90 degrees to the face.
Yeah. So the flatter the face, the flatter the loft of a club, the more the ball starts in relation to where the face aims.
Yes.
It's then the path and the difference between face and path that creates spin axes that gets the ball turning to the left or to the right. In this case, we want it turning left.
Yeah. I'd also say ball slightly further back in the stance. So hitting it slightly earlier in the circle.
Yeah, so the circle being the swing goes around the body in a circular manner. If we can put the ball back, you're more likely to hit on this inside of the circle.
Absolutely.
If you go too far forward, you go inside level and then start to go more on the left of that circle, which is great for hitting fades, no good for hitting draws.
Absolutely.
Great for hitting pulls more than anything.
And then we're saying you don't need the hands. So once if you hit it into out, you start to use your hands too much, and you get that face closing, that ball's going to start left and miss the green.
Go further left.
Yeah.
So ball position slightly back in the stance. We're looking at hitting the inside of the golf ball and just trust that face can actually aim slightly right of target. So that's what's going to start the ball to the right. We do want that face left of path, but would you get a player to concentrate too much on that?
No.
I wouldn't.
No,
I'd get them to inside the ball with a face that's just slightly right of target.
Yeah.
And more than likely, the face will be left of path anyway.
Absolutely.
So if I go back in the stance, this is how you draw a ball down. That wasn't a draw. This is a draw. I'm a bit scared of that camera, actually. I'm going to go straight over the camera's stand. Now that's a draw. Oh, I forgot I had too much club there, too much club for the shot, Dan.
You definitely had too much club.
So what we should see now, because this club's slightly more fitted for me, in the lie angle, hey presto. Pretty good with that?
Yeah.
Path, doing everything we don't want to do for me.
Yeah.
I hit 8.5 degrees from the inside. My face was 7 degrees closed of path, but in relation to target, that would be open. And in fact, I can tell you by how much. 4.6 degrees open to the straight line of target.
Yes.
And that's what created that
Absolutely.
curvature.
I mean, the one thing that'll be interesting for a lot, I don't think a lot of people will have been aware of when I played that one that actually had a very small draw. It is.
What are you trying to say?
That's a straight shot. Is that toe being up in the air pointed the face left.
Yeah, pointing the loft left, yeah.
So that's actually dead important for anyone who's buying clubs off the shelf. If you're vertically challenged like me, get them custom fit.
That just shows, because this is one of my demo clubs that Dan didn't. I don't think. Do you have a set of clubs?
Somewhere.
Dan's been like a kid in the sweet shop in this studio today. What's this club like? What's this club like? So this is standard lie. So when Dan hit it, toe was more up in the air, and you see that typically with a lot with drivers. That's why drivers are actually more draw biased. That's why actually having a driver more upright would neutralise that flight out. You wouldn't hook it quite as much.
Yeah.
Because getting that toe further up, the loft is going to start to aim left.
Yes.
So what we're trying to say, to hit a draw, you do not need rotation of the hands. You don't need to flip the face, because that's not going to work for you. You need to be able to hit the inside of the golf ball with the face slightly right of target but left of path, and then you need to have a club that's fitted for you so it doesn't turn or don't turn too much.
And would we say that a great way for people, if they have traditionally flipped it with their hands, would be to actually maybe just hit some half shots and feel like they're almost just finishing in that position, and it to them might feel like that face is being slightly open, but as long as they're coming from the inside, they should see it draw every time.
Yeah, definitely. What I would also recommend is that encourage that inside path. Don't be massively scared of bringing that ball position back and just slightly aligning yourself to the right.
Absolutely.
Because again, that's going to encourage that inside path. You know, you don't have to aim dead straight to hit that inside
Not
path.
these old wives' tales of use your hands.
Yeah. So it'd be like, aim your face where you want the ball to finish, and aim your stance where you want the ball to start, and that would be disastrous, because you just hook it all day long. So don't need to hit a draw with your hands. You need to be able to get the impact locations correct. You need to have the path sight from the inside, face open to target but close to path, good quality strike, and you will get that beautiful draw without needing to use your hands.
Absolutely.
Nailed it. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed Dan's beautiful little draw that he hit. Should have seen the one in practice. It was phenomenal. In fact, I might even put it at the end of this video. I think we can do that. Stay tuned for the end of the video to watch Dan's first warm-up shot. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to Dan, subscribe to myself. Comment below. Can you hit draws? Do you struggle hitting draws? Are you just completely sick of the word draw? Do you wish that that action never even happened? Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. And
we've got another video coming up, haven't we?
I think so, have we? Another one. We've got some more. Stay tuned.